Guess what? It's a car chronicle. Yeah. I would say I'm hiding in the car, but I'm not. So you might be hearing distant barking because the dogs are losing their minds. As always, they're going through, I think, slight separation anxiety, which I'm not sure why, because I work remotely, which means they are always with me in the bathroom, in the bedroom, everywhere except for the kitchen is where the dogs are. They are present with me every day. So it's funny. So if you all hear the barking, that's the babies, the animal kingdom going crazy. The cat typically is very quiet. That's also because she's sinister and always plotting her revenge on people. But I just wanted to talk with y'all and share my heart, share what's kind of been going through my mind. I've been having a lot of good dreams, a lot of good epiphanies and confirmations about things, and I thought it was lovely. I got this wonderful planner today. Today is a new beginning, and I'm really big about new beginnings, and I love the number 8, which is the spiritual number for new beginnings, and I've had that number and that realization that you can always start anew since I was really, really young. And so I'm excited about that. I'm excited about what the future holds for not just myself, but those I'm connected to, those I love, those who have been putting in work in and out of season constantly, those who sometimes want to give up, but they haven't yet. Hold on. Hold on, because, after all the toiling and all the planting of the seed and all the watering and all the energy put in, then becomes the harvest. And so I'm really excited to see how the seeds that we've been planting over sometimes multiple seasons, how they are going to come to fruition, how they're going to blossom and flourish in our lives. I often talk about, I should say, destiny birth and what that kind of looks like. And it's an individual birthing at times. And then after our individual birth, we can have that collective connectivity, that cultivating of community. But it's Women's Month. We got social workers out there doing their things, teachers out there doing their things. We have service providers. I always want to keep in mind service providers. I don't think we thank the military enough, but we also don't thank nurses enough and patient care assistants. We also don't thank teachers enough. We don't think social workers enough. Social workers just beyond is not just the family and child welfare where people are snatching babies out, and hopefully they're only snatching babies when it's necessary, but like social workers have so many different modalities and methodologies of support, but also healing. And so I just want to honor my social workers. Thank you for all that you do. For those who don't have their licensure, or for those that don't think they have their credentials, as far as, oh, I haven't gone back to school to get, that license or that degree, but I'm often supporting people. I'm a part of people's social networks, and I'm not talking about social media, but like there's social networks, those communities that are needed to bridge gaps and bring people together and to make sure people know that they matter. Thank you for all that you do. I appreciate it. And even if no one's told you today, you are appreciated, and what you do and what you give and what you pour into matters, and it means something to someone. So thank you. My intentional act of love today. My intentional act of love today looked like taking time to be contemplative but not ruminate. It looked like calling my Papa Bear first thing in the morning just to hear his voice. My father is literally my best friend, and so I often find comfort and peace in just my heart feels emboldened and strengthened when I talk to him. And so I called my Papa Bear first thing this morning. It was a great, great conversation. And sometimes that's just bouncing ideas off each other, or just sharing the new revelations that come to us, and things of that nature is precious, and I don't take it for granted. I don't take it for naught. I understand that each moment that we have with people and their presence, especially physical presence, is a gift. And so I think I started the video with so many different ideas in my head. And am I going to talk about how you advocate for self? Or am I going to talk about the class topic that's coming up soon about loss, which is living and loving outside of sadness and sorrow? I'll get to that soon, I think. I'll get to that soon, the loss, and what it really means. And the class will be March 13th, 2022 at noon. I had some people join the class early last time, and they were from different time zones, and so they made a big sacrifice. So I'm trying to be cognizant and aware of the class time. So this month is going to be March 13th, 2022 at 12 noon EST time frame, to give some people some more time to kind of slumber, do their sacred rest, or get their things done before they want to join the class. And March 13th is significant to me because that is the day I physically lost one of the most important people in my lives, which was my paternal grandmother, Mary Magdalene Grant Wynn, Reverend Dr. Mary Magdalene Grant Wynn. And so she's so precious to me, and her spirit and the lessons she's taught me since young childhood have definitely permeated through my principles and what I do now. My values and the standards and kind of how which I do my business are still very valid because of her and her example. So I'm talking and giving a class, Loss, Living and Loving Outside of Sadness and Sorrow, on the anniversary of my grandmother's passing. So I think it's going to be a beautiful experience. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. But how are y'all doing? Like, how y'all really doing? Y'all saving face and y'all saying, oh yeah, I'm good? Or are you really good? And what are some of the things that are challenging you right now? And how can we work together? How can we collaborate to get through those times and grow through those times? I want to know. So last month we talked about intentional acts of love. We talked about advocacy, brokering, affirming. I asked people to do 5-minute audits. So if you were not in the class, do a 5-minute audit daily. 5 minutes is just a little bit of time. Do a 5-minute audit daily and go, how's my energy? How's my breathing? Am I feeling tension in my body? What do I need to do differently? Have I been advocating for myself? Have I been brokering for myself? Have I been giving, affirming myself, and in which ways? And then decide if your communication style with self has also been healthy. Am I speaking life into myself? Am I encouraging myself? Am I speaking love to myself? Or am I allowing the negative narratives and the negative Nancys and Debbie Downers and tired Tyrones to kind of bog me down? Am I staying above the fray? Am I giving of my time to myself? Or am I allowing family, friends, society, whatever, to kind of push me away from my intentional love for self? Because you need it. Like I said before, we give love, but the love first is for us. And once you get that, it can kind of shape how you communicate with others, communicate with self, which you kind of allow to be in your space and in your energy, which you kind of allow to run free in your mind once you start getting into that intentionality of love and what that means. So do that self-audit. I want to know what y'all are doing as intentional acts of love, how you all are feeding yourselves, how you all are pouring and planting which seeds into what soil, and is it fertile? And if it's fertile, what are you expecting back? After all the work you've been doing, what are you expecting back now? I really want to know. So like, I don't know, DM me, leave a comment, do something. I want it to be interactive. I want it to be engaging. I want to understand where we all are at and kind of where we're trying to go. I got a lot of stuff brewing right now, and I'm really excited. I'm grateful to God. And I used to say ashe, ashe, ashe. And now I've got it in my spirit. Inshallah. If God wills it, like I want to be walking divine steps. I want my steps to be orchestrated in a way where it is divine intervention. It's the only reason that you could be like, oh my goodness. I want to make sure that I'm doing things that are honoring not just my family, but honoring myself, honoring my different roles, because we're multifarious and we're multifaceted, dimensional beings. And so I want to make sure that as I'm moving forward at my own pace, because I'm walking to the own cadence of my own drum, that I am still in line and aligned with what I'm trying to do and the purpose that I've been given. So this is my Car Chronicle today. A lot of thoughts, a lot of questions, a lot of things that need to be kind of uncovered and maybe delve deeper into. I hope you're well. I hope you all are taking time to give to yourselves as you're giving to everybody else. I hope that you all are giving grace to yourself, giving love to yourself, giving joy to yourself, because there's a difference between joy and happiness. So how are you loving on you? How are you being joyous? Yeah. I'm just in a space where I'm just flowing. I'm trusting and I'm flowing. And when you start really delving into who you are and the love for self, that trust for self, that trusting of your instincts, the understanding that you have divine wisdom, divine discernment that you can use to apply to the decisions and choices you make for your life. I'm just flowing and I'm thankful and I am trusting. And I'm excited about the future. Immensely so. Immensely so. So anywho, I love y'all. If no one's told you today, you are very loved. You matter. And let me know what's going on. Bye, y'all.